Hey guys, this is John here in Los Angeles with the Alpha Channel update for Saturday, November 23rd, 2024. And today's conflicted card is a good one. This is the, what is this? The King of Diamonds. I think we had a Diamonds yesterday. I swear to God we did. And this is pretty intense. So a group of human traffickers come to your village and you have a bunch of prisoners. And your prisoners are taking up to 30% of your daily supplies, and you need to feed them. You know what I mean? Feed and house them. Mostly your food and energy too, to keep them warm. So they're taking 30% of your supplies to keep them fed and warm. And these human traffickers are willing to trade you profit for the prisoners that you have. What do? And I thought about this for about 3 seconds, and I remembered a meme I heard about Jesse James. And Jesse James had been staying with a widow who owned a boarding house. She'd owned a big house for her family, and her husband had died, and her children had moved out. And so she'd rented out the rooms. That's what widows did in the Old West a lot. There was no Social Security. There was no Medicare. And he was renting a room from her. And, she was doing a boarding house, but there was a mortgage on the house, and the bank, the landlord, came around, and she was behind on the rent, and he was going to foreclose. And so he paid her everything she needed to pay off the mortgage. Gave her however much it was to pay it all off. And as soon as the guy left, he robbed him. So, what would I do with a gang of slavers that wanted to buy some women and children that we had as prisoners? Would I even wait to bargain with them? I don't know how I would do it, but I would come down on those human slavers and probably kill them and all the prisoners. As soon as they left the town, I would sell them the prisoners. And then that night I would take out a raiding party and go kill all of them. Kill the prisoners, kill the human traffickers, take everything they had. That would be the kind of crime that I would commit. And that's a terrible thing to admit. It's a terrible thing to do. It's an especially terrible thing to do in front of the eyes of your community, because they would see you as willing to sell people into slavery, and they would not know that you would go and then murder those people later on in the night. That is the sort of crime that you could take upon yourself to keep your people safe. I could go to my grave with that on my conscience if it kept my people safe for another week or another month or however long it took to eliminate that threat. That's what you have to do. That's what being a leader is. It's being willing to make the hard choices for your group, being willing to kill the members of another group. Now, we had one of these a couple weeks ago where a religious community leader wanted to send you and other members of your group on a mission to go murder the members of another community. That's incredibly different. That's different than human traffickers. It's different than prisoners. Would I kill women and children? No, probably not. I'd find a way to bring them into the community. You have to find a way to bring women and children into the community. Unless they do things like, try to kill people. And then you have to make a public example out of them. And this is a terrible thing to be talking about, but we're on the edge of World War III. And I really went through these looking for one today that was less... Now this is pretty brutal. But a lot of these are a lot less fun. And I was in kind of a bad mood when I started this afternoon, so I didn't really want to do that. I didn't want to do one of these ones that's really brutal. And I got to get out of here in a little bit, so we got to get through this really quick. Today is Tarzan number 19, and again, nothing happens. David Kraft is still working the story, and we have all these different moving pieces. Nothing happens. I forgot to mention, I've got this one out because I forgot to mention that the pirate treasure that we saw them bury at the end of the last issue got stolen But they also, they're demanding Tarzan stay with them because he knows where the treasure is. But they tried to hire him with gold and he refused it. They still think he's going to go back and steal their treasure. And someone has already stolen it and Tarzan's with them. And the reason that that's important, that's book 18. This is Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle 19 by Marvel Comics. Drawn by John Buscema. Inked by Klaus Janson. Written by David Kraft. He's only credited with story, though. And here, this is actually a pretty good splash page for a place that's the inside of a sphere where the horizon is constantly curving away from you, like the Highway to Heaven or something. And this is the one where they show the sun at the center of the earth, which is sort of hanging in the center of this spherical world. And here we get the Mad Arab and he has a bunch of these savages with him. And for some reason they're working with him, but they're fighting with the white mercenaries. And a couple of them get into this big fight here. One of the guys tries to talk to one of them and they attack him. This is the French one. And this is really, there's no way to say this except that this is dumb. Sorry for the echo in here. I can hear it echoing off the metal legs of my drawing table. I have a solution for that. I know what I'm going to do. Here we get a saber-toothed tiger. This is pretty cool. But this is just exposition. Nothing happens. The guy gets in a fight with one of the locals and nothing comes of it. Just the other locals, the other mercenaries make fun of him. Here we get the savage, the white savage who was killed on the pterodactyl with the black queen, black princess, Aisha. So the white savage is dead. He has not fallen off the pterodactyl. The pterodactyl is wounded and it is losing elevation. It is going to crash. Tarzan wants the pirates to go back and attack the Mad Arab and his ship, and they refuse. Well, actually, I think they're coming up on them now. They're coming up on them now. And that's what Tarzan wants. Tarzan wants to fight them. And the pirates don't want to fight. But as you can tell from the cover, we're going to have a pirate fight on a inland sea in the center of the earth. I can totally hear the music from the cartoon. That 70s cartoon was so good. It got played like Saturday mornings, like what do they call it? Reruns for so long. I think this is this isn't zip tone. There is some zip tone in here. This is Tarzan fighting the savages. And they really don't stand much of a chance against him. He's a natural because he's been fighting great apes all his life. And there's a bunch of guys with guns. Tarzan manages not to get shot. There is some zip tone in this one. There was some zip tone in the last one. Actually, check this out since we've got it right here. I didn't notice this last time, but there is zip tone on the last page right here. So yeah, this is the last page of book 18. There's only 2 other instances of zip tone in that book, and they were on the Mad Arab's face under his hood. But this one, the background here behind Tarzan has zip tone. I hope that's in frame correctly. Okay, so yeah, back in this one, I just went through it again to double check. I didn't see any zip tone, but this is Klaus Janson, and here Tarzan is fighting with the Death Lords, I think they're called, the Death Cult. That's these black guys. They're working for the Mad Arab. And then so are the mercenaries. And then you also have the pirates. Tarzan is with the pirates. And they're just going back and forth. And then the boats pass each other. And Tarzan wants them to go back and fight more. And they refuse. And Tarzan dives out of the pirates' ship. They believe he's going back for their gold. Tarzan doesn't want anything to do with their gold. And because this is actually, it seems a pretty small realm, they change direction and head back to check on their gold before Tarzan gets to it. But that's not what Tarzan's looking for. Tarzan wants, apparently, revenge against the mad Arab. If I was Tarzan, I'd want to get out. I'd want to get out of this world, this Middle Earth world, and get back to the jungle that I know. Oh yeah, there's one other thing significant on these 2 pages. The mad Arab gets shot in the face by the lead pirate named El Cid, or the Cid. He gets shot literally in the face and doesn't flinch. He may have been wounded and he's just not showing it. The bullet may have grazed him, or he may be magical and the bullet had no effect. I'm guessing the bullet grazed him and he's wounded and he's just not showing it. It's probably a mundane answer, not a mystical answer. Of course, everyone else involved thinks that he's, like blessed by the gods, sort of like the way they would think about Achilles. I really like this Star Wars ad. I loved Star Wars. I just hated the execution. Everything except the movies and the toys was garbage. And the toys were only good because you were a kid and they were up to you. So here's a new moving part. One of the mercenaries separated from his group is now watching from the shoreline. And the mad Arab and the mercenaries say, hey, pick him up, pick him up. And the mad Arab says, we're not stopping for nobody, no how. And they get in a fight. And this guy's still on the shore. And it means nothing. It means nothing. So he's watching this. This guy is about to get attacked. This guy up here is about to get attacked from behind, and he tells him to look out, but it still means nothing. Now the pirates show up. This guy with the hat happens to be where the treasure is, and someone dug up the treasure. It's probably him. He goes on to blame Tarzan and some other people. So here we get the pirates showing up at their treasure, right? They see that it's been dug up, and they go on shore to find out what's happened. This guy in the hat tells them Tarzan and some of those death cultists dug it up. And they're like, Tarzan just fought those death cultists with us. And this guy says, that's how much he wanted to deceive you. And the pirates completely fall for it. They're like, oh my God, you must be right. Again, a whole lot, much ado about nothing, Jew. Much ado about nothing. Story's going nowhere. Nothing's happening. Sure, everyone's shooting at each other, everyone's fighting, and nothing's happening. Neither of the ships was destroyed, no one was killed, the mad Arab was shot in the face and he didn't flinch. Here we get the pirates and this guy, we're going to go after that Tarzan, he wants our gold. Tarzan's the only one who doesn't give a shit about gold. And what are you going to do with gold in the middle of the hollow earth? And if it's buried in the hollow earth, how are you going to spend it when you get back to the real earth? Jews burying 19, silver coins in the backyard. 60 silver dimes. Isn't that what they were? So here, more. Nothing happens. It's great art, but nothing happens. I'm not holding John Buscema responsible for this. This is the Jew. This is the story guy. John Buscema would never do this. He knows better. So, like I said, I've got some stuff I got to do this afternoon, so we'll cut this short a little bit. Everyone was talking about the Tyson fight, which is now a week old, and I haven't mentioned it at all. I loved Tyson when I was a kid because he was like sort of the underdog, and that's an easy thing to root for. But there's a lot of footage now where they're showing him not throw the punch on Jake Paul when Jake Paul's hand is down and he could have openly just clocked him. So, was it fixed? Yeah, most likely. Most likely. Do I care? Not at all. Did I have anything riding on it? Not at all. I don't have anything riding on Dogecoin either. It'd be nice to be able to buy some, but in order to have an investment stream, you got to have a stream. Legacy of a Mad Scientist, Legend of Ashley Fox. I'm getting there. Made some more progress today. Got a chapter done. Got a little bit of drawing done with the pen, with the pencil and paper. I've been doing that more lately. I love it. It's so much fun. Ashley Fox, Ninja Babysitter, issue number 6, Last Valkyrie. 1 through 5 have not been written or drawn. They will be eventually, but anyhow, in the meantime, yeah, everything's fake. There's no legitimate authority in the world today. What a shame that is. You know, the Catholic Church is gay. The gay and corrupt. The medical industry wants to kill you because they think there's too many of you. Your government wants to kill you because they think there's too many of you. The Jews who own all the money and all the media want to kill all the white people because they see them as their only obstacle to world power. But there's more white people on the planet today than there's ever been before. All we need to do is unite, and we can literally throw the shackles off all of our wannabe rulers overnight just by ignoring them. There's easy answers. There's easy answers. You just have to put them into work in your own life. And I've done it. My life is perfect right now, except for how much money I have. That's the only thing. And even if I had money, my life really wouldn't be very different. I wouldn't spend it traveling. I'd maybe live in a nicer place, a quieter place. Not necessarily nice as you keep it, you know? It's just rooms. I have more rooms than any generation of an Irishman going back for thousands of years. You know what I mean? More rooms to myself. So I have nothing to complain about, you know? Everything's pretty good. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're doing work that you love. I hope you're doing work that you're proud of. That's the thing you can't buy. And look, I was the biggest loser in grammar school, junior high, high school. The biggest loser. But discipline can get you everything you want. More important than get you everything you want, discipline can turn you into your, I hate this phrase, but your best self. Like, be the person you want to be. Be the person you want. Get in the gym. See you guys tomorrow.